Welcome to today's training, and the very first you do is open a blank page, then go to element, search for rectangle. Let's start with laying our yellow background. So you extend the rectangle to fill the space you want it to fill, then go for your element shawarma. So let's look out for any shawarma that is good. Remember, we're using photos, not graphics, so we can add background shadow. So I've imported the photos. I'm trying to arrange it in a way that it can be aligned properly when I add my other image. And then I want to bring in my iced tea cup. I search for iced tea and I got the iced tea that I want. No, you must not use the exact same image you're seeing in this video to replicate, but just use something good. And in case you need Canva Pro access, you can send a DM indicating the comments. Send a DM to the number attached to this video. With just 1,000 naira, you can subscribe to Canva Pro. And with just 6,000 naira, you can get a year plan for Canva Pro. Now this is adding shadows to the image so that it can actually look more realistic. Yeah. How to play with the sizes, adjusting just so that I can get some level of balance. So you can see both the shawarma and the iced tea cup are now both in the center, and I've added shadow in this, and then I used layer settings to send it to back, to send the iced tea to the back, in case you're wondering how that happened. Yeah, and I've adjusted them again. I'm going to add my text. If you don't know how to add text, click on text. You're going to see add text box. Then you go ahead and type. Then you can see once your text is selected, you can see the font pane below. Select on font as well, so that you can change the font of your text. Yeah, so I was trying to replicate that, but I'm not making exactly that design. So you're also free to tweak the design a little bit, but then design is shawarma promotional flyer. Now you can see I changed my font to a more bolding font, and then I went ahead to cut the font in 2 lines instead of 1 line as it was in the other video. Then I aligned to the left. You can watch the text setting back. Then I also closed the space in between the text. Yes, you can pause the video and watch it again in case you didn't get how that happened. Then I clicked on layers so that I can move my text behind the iced tea cup, so that the straw on the iced tea can actually be on top of the text. So that's how that was achieved. And then the next thing I did here was to still work on the spacing again. I added my other text that I needed to add, and now the importance of using at least variant fonts, it actually helps your users. Now the bolding fonts help me lay emphasis on the fact that it is shawarma that we are selling, no, not the iced tea. Good. And then users' eyes is being guided by hierarchy. Hierarchy here is shown through size of text. So if I make shawarma the biggest text, meaning it's the bone of contention in the design, then immediately after them seeing shawarma, they are definitely going to read the other tiny text around it. So thereby that's going to explain to them the reason why they're having a shawarma image and an iced tea cup image on their screen. So remember, if your design cannot pass a clear information, it is as good as you didn't design anything at all. I'm going to select those other ones. I made them bold. I also want it in a way that when they are reading, they won't cup for free. is actually also going to be very, very visible and bold enough. That's another part I want them to capture. So that's why I'm making the other ones less bold than that one particular or more bold. You can see how it is, right? So I brought in my other now text and it's in front. So let's add the price tag and the fast delivery text and we are done with the flyer. So you go back to elements and search for fast delivery. Hope you know how we got the order now. It's also from elements. So now I add it at the bottom of my design and then I change the color to red, something more visible on this yellow color and in line with what we've been designing with. So what's left in this designer is just to add that price tag shape. When it comes to seeking alignment in design, you always have to be very, very vigilant. Yes, pay attention to details so you don't miss out on anything. So now let's search for price tag and that red. You can use any other price tag shapes or thereabout, but this particular red one is what I wanted to use for this design. So you're going to see it, scroll down and you definitely see it here now. So when it comes in, you have to turn it upside down. Yeah, I don't know, it's taking forever to show. So this is it, you've turned it already. Yeah, you can also go ahead to add a shadow effect on it. You can see to give us the view you gave us in the other design, you can add a shadow effect to it. Now this is for the text. You have to add an outlined effect to the text, a black outline. Then we also had to duplicate the text after adding the black outline. Then it's going to give us this thing. You can see I increase the thickness a little bit and change the color to black. Yeah, I was testing different colors first, see which fits, but I ended up using black. The red and white wasn't really giving, so I had to use black color. Then I had to duplicate it to give me a different kind of effect. So this was what I settled for. You can see it. Yeah, then I ensured that my text were properly aligned. Now while I was trying to bring my iced tea cup to the front of the shawarma, I mistakenly left my order now behind. So you already know how to use the layer button to remove it, so you can as well do that at the end of your video. Then I added my text for my price and I laid it on my price tag. Yeah, and I assume you're asking how do I get the strike through. So you can either pause and see what I did here to get the strike through, or when you write your text, double tap on your text like you want to edit the text. Then you scroll on this time pin that is showing you. You're going to see strike through there. Click on it, then your text can cancel by itself. Now see what else what you could write in the strike through. So arrange your text. The 3-5, that's the main amount, should have a more context given to it. Yes, so thereby it's going to be more boldened. Why the 6,000 naira is not bold enough, so we can make it small. And let's search for line to use and demarcate the both prices. Yep, that's our line. Just go ahead to adjust it. And that's the end of the design. You can download your file. And you're good to go.